Have you ever wondered why America is buying a brand new fighter jet based on 1970s technology that costs more than the F-35? Or how Congress forced the Air Force to purchase a plane they didn't actually want? Well, strap in, because the F-15EX Eagle II is the newest old fighter that exists because past procurement failures left capability gaps. Today, we're revealing 15 shocking facts about this non-stealthy missile truck that's more expensive than stealth fighters yet fills a role America desperately needs. And number one will expose the strategic failure that made this necessary. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let's dissect this procurement paradox. 15. Based on 1972. Design the F-15EX is fundamentally based on the F-15 Eagle airframe that first flew in 1972, over 50 years ago. The basic aerodynamic design, wing configuration, fuselage shape, and overall layout remain unchanged from the 1970s. Boeing modernized the avionics, engines, and systems, but the fundamental aircraft is ancient by aerospace standards. America is buying a new production fighter based on Vietnam War-era technology and flying it in the 2020s against modern threats. The F-15 design has proven so fundamentally sound that it remains viable decades later, but it's still essentially a 1970s fighter with 2020s upgrades. Modern computers and weapons don't change the fact that the EX is old wine in a slightly newer bottle. The longevity proves the original design's excellence, but also shows America's struggle to field truly new fighters in adequate numbers. 14. More expensive than F-35. The F-15EX costs approximately $90 to $110 million per aircraft, depending on configuration and production batch. The F-35A Lightning II costs around $80 million per aircraft in current production lots. This means America is paying more money for a non-stealthy 1970s design than for a modern fifth-generation stealth fighter with advanced sensors and networking. The economic logic seems completely backwards and questionable. You're paying a premium for inferior technology and capability. The F-15EX's higher price reflects low production volume, developmental costs for new systems, and inflation, but it still makes no economic sense on paper. 13. Air Force didn't want it. Congress essentially forced the F-15EX purchase on the United States Air Force against their stated preferences. The USAF wanted to buy more F-35s to fill fighter inventory gaps and accelerate the transition to fifth-generation capabilities. Air Force leadership did not request F-15EX in budget proposals. Congress added the requirement through legislative pressure and funding mandates. Boeing's intensive lobbying campaign and political pressure from representatives protecting jobs in their districts succeeded in overriding military professional judgment. The F-15EX purchase became a jobs program, disguised as legitimate defense procurement. Politicians prioritized Boeing production lines and employment over Air Force strategic requirements. 12. No stealth whatsoever. The F-15EX is completely non-stealthy and visible to modern radar systems. Its radar cross-section is massive compared to the F-35 or F-22, making it easily detectable by advanced air defense networks. The aircraft has no stealth shaping, no radar-absorbent materials, and no low observable features. It's a flying radar target in an era where stealth dominates air combat doctrine. Against modern integrated air defense systems like Russian S-400 or Chinese HQ-9, the F-15EX would be detected at extreme ranges and engaged long before reaching targets. This technology mismatch for modern high-intensity warfare makes the F-15EX unsuitable for contested airspace against peer adversaries. The complete lack of stealth relegates it to permissive environments or homeland defense where stealth isn't required. 11. Payload monster. The F-15EX can carry approximately 29,500 pounds of weapons across its multiple hardpoints. This payload capacity exceeds the F-35 and F-22 combined, making it an absolute weapons hauler. The massive external hardpoints allow carrying huge numbers of missiles, bombs, and munitions simultaneously. It's literally an arsenal flying through the air with unprecedented carrying capacity. The F-15EX can carry 12 air-to-air missiles externally plus additional weapons internally, far more than stealth fighters limited by internal weapons bays. This quantity advantage compensates somewhat for the lack of stealth in specific scenarios. The payload capacity makes the F-15EX ideal for missions requiring overwhelming firepower rather than survivability. 10. Built for missile truck roles. control. The F-15EX is specifically designed to serve as a missile truck or arsenal aircraft. It carries huge numbers of long-range air-to-air missiles and launches them from standoff distances outside enemy threat ranges. The concept involves F-15EX operating behind stealthy F-22 or F-35 fighters, launching missiles at targets designated by the stealth aircraft. This supporting role allows stealth fighters to do the dangerous penetration work, while the F-15EX provides overwhelming missile volume from safe distances. The missile truck concept maximizes the F-15EX's payload advantage while minimizing its stealth disadvantage. It's a force multiplier for stealth fighters that lack the internal space for large missile loads. The F-15EX essentially becomes a flying magazine for other aircraft, delivering missiles where they're needed most. 9. Digital Backbone Advanced. The F-15EX features the most advanced avionics suite ever installed on an Eagle variant. The Open Mission Systems architecture allows rapid integration of new weapons, sensors, and capabilities without extensive redesign. Modern mission computers, advanced displays, and digital networking provide capabilities matching or exceeding many fifth-generation systems. The software-defined fighter concept means the F-15EX can be upgraded continuously through software rather than hardware modifications. This digital backbone represents genuinely modern technology inside an old airframe. The advanced computers process sensor data, manage weapons, and coordinate with other aircraft through advanced data links. The avionics excellence somewhat compensates for the ancient airframe design. 8. Ready to replace. F-15C. The F-15EX is specifically intended to replace aging F-15C Eagles from the 1980s that are reaching the end of their structural lives. These older Eagles have been flying for 35 to 40 years and require replacement before catastrophic structural failures occur. The F-15EX performs the same air superiority and homeland defense missions as the F-15C, but with modern systems and fresh airframes. Replacing Eagles with Eagles maintains operational continuity, training pipelines, and maintenance infrastructure. Pilots and ground crews already know the platform, reducing transition costs and time. The same basic mission set continues with improved capability. Air superiority fighter replacement is critical for defending North American airspace against bombers and cruise missiles. Homeland defense remains a priority mission where stealth isn't required. 7. Fly-by-wire. Finally, the F-15EX is the first F-15 variant equipped with fully digital fly-by-wire flight controls. The original F-15 design from 1972 used mechanical and hydraulic flight control systems. It took 50 years for the Eagle to receive fly-by-wire technology that became standard on fighters since the 1970s. The F-16, which flew after the F-15, had fly-by-wire from day one. The delay shows how conservative the F-15 upgrade path remained for decades. Fly-by-wire provides better handling, reduced pilot workload, and enables maneuvers impossible with mechanical systems. The digital flight controls finally bring the F-15 up to technology standards that competitors achieved generations ago. It's a significant improvement, but also highlights how behind the platform had fallen. The F-15EX finally catches up to where other fighters were 40 years ago in flight control technology sophistication. 6. Only 104 ordered. The United States Air Force plans to purchase only 104 F-15EX aircraft total. This tiny production run shows the limited role and lack of strategic confidence in the platform. The F-15EX is not replacing the entire fighter fleet, just supplementing and replacing specific older Eagles. The limited buy indicates this is a bridge solution or stopgap measure, not a long-term answer to Air Force fighter requirements. America won't bet its future on a non-stealthy fourth-generation design, regardless of modernization. The small production quantity means high per-unit costs as development expenses are spread across fewer aircraft. Compare 104 F-15EX to the 1,763 F-35s planned for the Air Force, showing where real investment priorities lie. The limited order proves the F-15EX fills a specific niche rather than serving as a primary fighter. It's a temporary solution until better options become available or affordable. 5. Export success. Unlikely. The F-15EX is unlikely to achieve significant export success in international markets. It's too expensive for most countries, considering fourth-generation fighters at over $90 million per aircraft. Other nations are buying F-35s instead, preferring stealth capability over payload capacity. The export fighter market increasingly demands fifth-generation capabilities that the F-15EX cannot provide. Countries that can afford the F-15EX's price tag generally prefer the F-35 for long-term capability. Budget-conscious nations choose cheaper alternatives like F-16 variants or foreign competitors. The F-15EX appears designed primarily for the American market only, filling specific U.S. Air Force needs. International customers see little value in paying premium prices for non-stealthy aircraft when stealthy alternatives exist. The export prospects are limited to specific allies with unique requirements matching the F-15EX's strengths, making it primarily a domestic procurement program. 4. Excellent for homeland defense. The F-15EX is genuinely perfect for defending United States airspace against bombers and cruise missiles. Speed, range, payload capacity, and endurance are ideal for homeland air defense intercept missions. No stealth is needed when operating over friendly territory against incoming threats. The ability to carry massive numbers of missiles allows long combat air patrols, protecting vast North American airspace. The F-15EX can scramble quickly, reach targets at extreme ranges, and engage multiple threats simultaneously. For defending against Russian bombers or cruise missile attacks, the F-15EX is arguably better than F-35 due to superior speed and payload. Homeland defense doesn't require penetrating enemy airspace where stealth matters critically. The F-15EX is the right tool for this specific mission set. Its capabilities align perfectly with homeland defense requirements, justifying procurement despite limitations in other roles. 3. Should have been F-15SE. Boeing previously proposed the F-15SE Silent Eagle with reduced radar cross-section features. The Silent Eagle design incorporated conformal weapons bays, canted vertical stabilizers, and radar-absorbent materials to achieve semi-stealth characteristics. It wasn't full 5th-generation stealth, but significantly reduced detectability compared to standard F-15S. The United States Air Force evaluated and ultimately rejected the Silent Eagle concept. America could have obtained semi-stealth capability for roughly the same cost as the current F-15EX. The opportunity to split the difference between 4th and 5th generation was missed completely. Critics argue the F-15SE would have been the better compromise, providing some stealth while maintaining payload advantages. Instead, the Air Force chose zero stealth with the F-15EX. This decision remains controversial and questioned by analysts who see the Silent Eagle as the superior option that was foolishly abandoned. 2. Admitting stealth. Too expensive. The F-15EX purchase represents an implicit admission that America cannot afford an all-stealth fighter force. F-35 production, while accelerating, remains too slow to fill all fighter requirements within budget and time constraints. The United States needs affordable numbers of capable fighters, even if they lack stealth. The strategic ideal of 5th-generation stealth for every mission is being sacrificed for economic reality and quantity requirements. Stealth fighters cost more per unit, require more maintenance, and have lower availability rates than conventional designs. The F-15EX provides mass and capacity that pure stealth fleets cannot deliver within budget limitations. This represents economics defeating strategy, where financial constraints force compromises on capability requirements. America is buying yesterday's technology because it cannot afford enough of tomorrow's. 1. Buying old because new failed. Here's the ultimate truth. The F-15EX exists because America prematurely canceled F-22 Raptor production in 2009. Only 187 Raptors were built instead of the planned 750, creating a catastrophic fighter capability gap. That strategic procurement failure left the Air Force desperately short of air superiority fighters. The F-15EX fills the gap that premature F-22 cancellation created. America should be flying additional F-22s right now, instead of buying modernized F-15s. The decision to kill Raptor production before replacement programs matured was short-sighted and costly. Now America is buying yesterday's fighter because tomorrow's fighter was canceled before building enough. The F-15EX represents a strategic failure requiring old solutions because new solutions were abandoned. It's a band-aid on self-inflicted wounds from past procurement disasters, and there you have it. 15 facts proving the F-15EX is America's newest old fighter filling gaps from past strategic failures. Which fact shocked you most? The price exceeding the F-35 or Congress forcing the purchase? Drop your thoughts below. Hit like, subscribe for more defense analysis, and we'll see you in the skies.